Hi, today we're going to be talking about the three main times that you would use a D20 in D&D. These are ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls. When it comes to ability checks, they are doing exactly what it sounds like. They are testing your ability to be able to do something. This would be if you are trying to wrestle someone, trying to sneak something out of someone's pocket, trying to perform some kind of feat that you might not be able to do just naturally and off the fly. There are several different situations where these are used, obviously, but there are two main ways that they are used. There is a contested ability check and one that has a set difficulty class or DC. The contested ability check is when you are going against somebody else's roll. One example would be if you're trying to wrestle someone. You make a check and they make a check, and whoever's is higher, then that person wins. If you're trying to wrestle someone, then you make an athletics check and they make an athletics check, and you both roll d20s. You both add your own modifiers, and that's what sets the number that you have to beat. If you are going and jumping over a pit, or I don't know, trying to pick a lock, then this is when there would be a set DC. This is something that your DM will probably have decided beforehand or might make up on the fly, who knows. But this is when there's not another roll that is going against you. For example, if you are trying to pick a lock, you would use sleight of hand, and the DM might say this lock is a DC 15 or a difficulty class of 15. Give me a sleight of hand check. If you meet or beat that 15, then that means that you succeed. But if you fail, then that means that you got a 14 or lower. Next would be saving throws. These are very similar to ability checks, but they're more to test your ability when you are trying to be quick on your feet. For example, if you are just trying to pick a lock, then chances are you have plenty of time so you can actually test your abilities. You might even have some time to prepare. But if you are trying to dodge a fireball that is being shot at you, then you have to make a dexterity saving throw because you are trying to save yourself from this threat that is happening in a time that you aren't able to control. That's the most important part, is you're not able to control when this happens. If there is a pit that is in front of you that you're trying to jump over, you're able to control when you are jumping over it, which means that you would make an ability check. But if there is a pit that is getting bigger and bigger and you don't really have time to think about it and be like, okay, I'm going to jump at this trajectory or whatever your character might think in this moment, then that is when you would make a saving throw. You are saving yourself from the imminent danger that you can see approaching you. Now, attack rolls seem pretty different from saving throws and ability checks because you are actually trying to hit something instead of really testing your abilities or testing your nimbleness or trying to save yourself from something. But there is one striking similarity between ability checks and attack throws. If you remember earlier in the video, I said that there is sometimes a set difficulty class or a set DC for ability checks. This is when there's not another roll that is going against you. So if you're trying to pick a lock and its DC is 15, then if you get a 15 or you surpass a 15, then you successfully pick the lock. Now let's transfer that over to attacking something. For your attack roll, if the thing you are trying to attack, let's say a goblin, has an armor class of 15, just like the lock. When you roll your attack roll, if it meets or beats that 15, you successfully hit them. And then you go on to roll your damage and do all that other fun stuff. But the attack roll is when you are rolling the d20. So to actually try to beat that 15, remember the goblin has an armor class of 15, then you are getting to add the d20, whatever you roll on that, plus your proficiency bonus, plus your ability, which could be a number of things, but will normally be strength for melee, or dexterity for ranged things, and you get to add the weapons bonus. So again, that's proficiency, your strength or dexterity, modifiers, and the weapons bonus. Now, obviously, not all ranged things use dexterity and not all melee things use strength, but majority of them will. And all of this stays pretty much the same when you go to spellcasting, except you're going to be using different abilities. Now, like I said, like 30 seconds ago, remember that this is the only time that you're going to be rolling this D20 when you are rolling for attacking something. You're going to be rolling the attack roll. If you hit, then you go on to roll your damage, which could be pretty much any other dice. I guess it could also be a D20, but that's probably not going to happen very often. And I'd rather have 2d10 than 2d20. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. Ability checks, you are rolling a d20 to test your abilities, and you are trying to choose when this thing is going to happen. Saving throws, you don't really get to choose when this is happening. You're trying to save yourself, and you're checking your abilities on when you're trying to be quick on your feet. And attack rolls, you are trying to attack something, and you are rolling to see if you're able to hit them. Please consider subscribing, because it would really mean a lot to me if I got a subscriber from a long form video. And if you're already subscribed, feel free to share this with somebody. Maybe they'll learn something, maybe it'll get them into D&D, or maybe it'll just refresh their memory on some things. But it really would mean a lot to me for you guys to keep watching my videos. So thanks for sticking around for as long as you have.